Hello.
Hi everyone.
You know, Mimi, I watched one movie. When I watched this movie, I was heartbroken. And the movie, I don't know if you've watched it, Finding Hobby Part 2. I have not watched part 1, so I don't know the storyline, but I dabbled into part 2 and I was shocked when I saw how women were striving. I think the story is around finding out that her husband to be was gay, and the guy told her that he will marry if she would marry him, he will give her everything she wants on earth. Now, the shock for me was that she was even considering that. I wondered, why would we consider such an example? Is it because of age? Is it because of what is it? And as I sat down and watched that movie, sure, there was a part of it, Mimi, that I forgot to share with you. The One of her friends found out that her husband was in love with one of them and went to beg her friend to sleep with her husband and keep him company to see if he will love her again. I don't understand. To sleep with your friend to
How
see
will
if he will
that
love you again.
input relate to that output?
When
It
did
does
we
not work now.
when did we get
That will
there?
make the husband fall in love with the woman that's.
She was already in love. He was already in love. She now said, I want to have peace in my marriage. He's been beating me. He's obsessed with you. So can you date him so I can have peace in my home? And I'm saying, can you hear yourself? When did we get here? So welcome.
Welcome to Relationship Clinic. And I'm Rich, and that's my wife.
Hello, it's Angie. And we are discussing marriage does not validate you. We've been told, I think most women have been taught that they've
Do
been
all you can do to
to
get married.
Cook well so your husband will appreciate you. Go to school is an advantage for marriage. They really teach daughters to prepare for life. And that's why we could have two ladies in that movie considering to settle for less. I can't even fathom it. What do you have to say?
Yes, that's it. We have a way the society and the older generation have propagated marriage as the ultimate aim and goal for a woman. And that's not true. That's not true. If you're not fulfilled, if you're not successful, if you're not upwardly mobile, if you get married, it's not going to change it.
Marriage
It has
does
to
not
come
make
from-
you happy.
Yes, it has come from within you and what you desire and how you go about it.
So I have some people that if you ask them their dream, they have goals. But those goals are temporary. They are waiting for the day they get married. And I'm wondering, if you don't have goals apart from marriage, if you get into marriage with children, with nurturing, where are you? Where are you? Who are you? And we have some men, they feel that other men are doing well because they are married. My brother and sister, we must come to tell the truth. Marriage does not validate you. God does validate you. And if you are just joining us, please, hey, don't forget subscribe. You should know now. Subscribe, comment. Join us. This is our YouTube channel, Keeping Marriage Alive Initiative. Our Facebook and Instagram is Keeping Marriage Alive. Twitter is Alive KMA. You can chat us on WhatsApp for counseling services. +2347088765212. We want to hear from you. You can also send us an email at ngreach@keepingmarriagealive.com, at info@keepingmarriagealive.com, or keepingmarriagealive@gmail.com. We will receive and respond immediately. Okay, so we're back. We want to ask, why did we even where did we get the concept? Because when we say marriage does, what we're trying to say is Jesus wasn't married, but he had an enriching life. Mother Teresa wasn't married, she had an enriching life. Now, do we say that marriage is not good? Marriage is good.
So we're not saying don't get married. That's not what we're saying. But get married for the right purpose and right intent. And come with something to share in the marriage. Don't just come empty and expect the marriage will fill up something or give you direction or vision. Come with those basic things, then marriage will be a cap in the feather.
Exactly.
Yes.
So marriage is like is part of the growth process. And if you're blessed and ordained and aligned to get married, when you get married, what's expected of you is to invest in that marriage. You will invest your time, you will invest your talent, you will invest yourself in that relationship. So what are you going to invest if you have not invested in yourself in preparation
While you are
for
single.
that?
That's the key thing.
How many of you have watched the movie I was talking about, Finding Hobby Part 2? What was your take? Is this the usual way people think? And some of the men, they kept on saying, I will treat you anyhow, you will stay. I don't think that that's a good sign, because everything in life is based on two things: seed time and harvest time. If you sow love into your marriage, you reap love.
Yes.
If you sow abuse, hatred,
There's multiple form of that.
So.
And specifically, women are multipliers. Women are multipliers. If you give them love, they return abundance of love. If you give them hatred, they return abundance of rebellion and the rest. So you better know what you are doing.
So which one are you investing in? Tell me. What do you think is investing?
You should be the one answering the question. If I can say I'm investing love, I'm able to you. This man is trying to choke you. So
Okay.
it's a unique platform to invest, put in your very best there. Because it's for life. So your friends you can see once in a while, and you see each other eyeball to eyeball every day.
Sleep on the same bed.
So you can choose to have a bed of roses or choose a bed of thorns by what you do,
Exactly.
what you invest, and how you go about it.
Well, it's one of the things that people always make decisions on concerning marriage. Number one is you get married because of age. Time is, I'm nearly 40, let me get married. My brother and sister, if you marry the person who is not aligned to where both of you are going to, you want to come out even at 150.
And the thinking should be this: because you've not gotten married at this certain age, make sure you do it right so that it will count.
It will count.
Things you can bear when you are younger, as you get older, you cannot bear it. You cannot bear it.
And then you now have to stay because you didn't prepare well. So don't make a decision concerning marriage just because of age. Is against you or something. No. Yes, age might not be an advantage any longer.
But you should do it right. It
should not be a deciding factor.
Yes.
Another part of this age thing, Mimi, I wanted us to talk about is that, when there's an age gap between husband and wife, when we got married, let me share this. Mama saying I'm older than you. I say, brother, don't vessel. I thought we were sleeping on the same bed and having sex. My brother, we're age mates now. Ask him.
Yes. You're the one that came down and so you're one. Now you're actually one.
My husband will laugh. I say, hey now, it's when we want to have Korea and make decisions. That's when you remember that you're older than me. My brother, you lie. When you want to do the thing for night, he will tap me, don't know who's older. He will laugh.
No, I say my younger sister. It's time.
So why am I sharing that? Should we respect and honor our husbands? Yes. Should our husbands respect us? Oh yes, respect is
yes.
My children, I respect my children. Do you know why? If you don't respect your children, they become rebellious. I don't come and when they were younger, maybe 1 to 10 years, you can say, don't do this. Now that they are teenagers becoming adults, you can't shout that. Can you tell your adult child, you can sit down there? So, that's not. Don't say, my darling, I would like you to sit down here because of I'm going so. Say, okay, mom. That's now negotiation. And if your child needs that from you, why shouldn't your spouse need a respectful negotiation? Yeah. So, and the next one we have, also have to look when you immediately you agree that marriage should not validate you, your perception about compromising now arises. Because if you think marriage validates you, that means that's what makes you a human being. That's what makes you acceptable to society.
It's not a do or die thing.
Fair.
And it must be done right with standards and principles. You won't compromise just to make it that you are still married. No.
I remember one person that sent me a message, and when she called me, she said, Angie, said, what is it? She said, this guy wants to marry me, but he said, only if I allow him have an anal sex with me. And I was quiet. I said, so what do you want me to say? She said, Angie, I really want to get married. And I was saying, to compromise. I said, you're a Christian? Do you believe in anal sex? She said, no. I said, so you're willing to compromise you for what someone else wants. How many more things will you compromise in the marriage? Some have compromised things that they can't tell someone else. So if you remove that marriage does not validate, marriage is good, but it's not the sense of you. It doesn't make you. Whether I'm single or married, I'm Ngozi Chukwuka. Now, marriage is an advantage. It's not my validation. My relationship with my husband is an advantage, not a validation. And when you have that, you bring value and honor. I don't need to compromise. But I can say, okay, this thing, let me shift ground here for the peace of the family. But I don't compromise my values. That's very important.
It's good you hold it in the right perspective so I handle it well.
Some people even say that when your marriage is not working, now say your children validate you. That's even the worst mistake. Because these children are visitors in your house.
When they grow up, they're going to get married and away they go. Away they go.
So we've told you that when immediately you decide that marriage does not validate you, you have to be careful of the age. Don't mix you because of age. Don't compromise your values. Then I want to also tell you that love cannot be bought. You know that now. Yes. Love cannot be bought. How many people, we have some people that have tried to buy love. See, even if you pour money on someone, the heart, where the heart is where the heart is. So have conversations and be sure. Some of us will even go as far as some men spend money on a particular lady to see if it can keep her. Some ladies get pregnant. You see this heart? Whether you force them into marrying you, where their heart is very important. So don't force somebody's hand to choose you.
And don't manipulate. Who use the money, the resources to manipulate love? But you see, just as my wife said, where the heart is, that's where it stays.
Yes, exactly.
That woman can go and collect that money and go and to someone she loves, she go and give that money. I mean, when she collects it from someone else
Right.
that says she loves her.
So with men, my mother said marriage, and maybe the person you wanted to marry, the lady does not fit the thing you want. So you get married to the person you don't like, and then you go back and start having an affair. No.
No.
So when we remove that marriage is not validating us, it's easier for us to make good choices for our relationships. Any other
Yes,
thing?
it's a journey. I know it's a journey forever. I know it involves two, so you make a very good choice.
And
Take your time.
and immediately you keep marriage as a gift from God, but whether it's there or not, you are blessed, you're able to fulfill destiny. And yes, you can. You see, having a child, we have this concept. If I have a child by myself, it means I'm a woman. If you adopt a child, you're still a mother. So adopting a child and giving birth, they are two different processes, but they end up in one go, motherhood.
Yes.
Do you get?
Having a child.
And having a child. So we are sharing this because it's very important. Another thing we've realized that is very important, when you married is no longer your validation, you're able to share freedom together. Meaning that I'm able to be my authentic self in the relationship while growing out of habits that are not good. He's able to do so.
Yeah.
Like if I want to go on maybe on a date with my friends, I'll say, Mimi, I won't be available. Is tomorrow okay with you? Maybe we can say, tomorrow might not be okay. If you can shift it next tomorrow, so I can do the other things that we had planned to do together. Do you have that kind of relationship, or do you need to lie to your spouse where you're going to or the things you're doing? What do you have to say?
It's important. We allow each other to express each other in an atmosphere of love, and everybody growing together, not holding something too tightly or doing. It's not a life and death issue. It's not a bad. You must not do all that compromise to keep it going. No, it's agreed consent that this will work. This must succeed.
Yes.
And these are the principles to go about it.
it.
And you maintain the principles and hold each other accountable for it, all the way.
All the way.
All the way.
Joyce Meyer, I think, I'm not saying the exact words, but Joyce Meyer spoke to the mom and said, why didn't you leave dad or expose him? And she said, I didn't know how to take care of you. That's the mentality of marriage being your validation. What you need to say is, let there be a standard. I love you, I want to share life with you, but this is where it ends for me. You will not sleep with my children because I want to be in this marriage. You will not abuse me. But there was one funny video I watched yesterday. It's funny, but it's very educative. This young boy met the mom crying in the car and said, Mom, why are you crying? Why didn't you stand up for yourself? She was saying, oh no, say, Mommy, you'd have stood up for yourself. Now I'm saying to everyone watching, stand up for yourself. Your value is found in God. The advantages like relationships, marriage, are advantages. They don't make you a better person. You have to grow in knowledge of who you are in Christ Jesus. And that makes all the difference. Immediately you have that. In short, every man wants the wife to cling to them, but nobody likes it. But when you have a wife that knows her value, or a man that knows his value and chooses you, the relationship is different. My husband and I are here together. I know who I am, but I choose to love and stay with him. What I bring to the table is not, Mimi, where are you going to? Oh God, what I'm coming is my love. Can we work together? Is there, what do I bring? Then a man that has not found himself, that wants me, hey, this woman, if you don't do this, you're not my wife. He's asking me, how can I support you? How can you support me? Mimi, am I right?
Yes, that's how it ought to be.
Yeah, so any last words? Today we had a very busy day. So we decided that we must at least show up as promised. Don't forget that this relationship clinical. You know that. Have you subscribed? Subscribe to Keepingmarriagealive initiative. Subscribe. Facebook and Instagram is Keepingmarriagealive. Twitter is Alive KME. Sorry, we're on WhatsApp. For our counseling services, +234 7088 765212. Hope to hear from you. And don't forget, if you're having challenges on understanding marriage and validating, don't forget to buy our couples manual book. It's quite educative and can change your mindset about relationship. Don't miss out. Go through, ask questions, get to know. The beauty of every relationship is knowing you and bringing the value of you to the relationship. If you don't know you, there's nothing to bring to the table, and abuse is imminent from the other party. Maybe any more words? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jesus is your validation. God is your validation.
Bye.